A very good afternoon to you. I'm Rachel reporting live from Kalkine Studios and you're watching the Mid-Market Pulse. Let's take a look at the overall share market performance by the mid-session trade. Now, Australian shares staged a small recovery by afternoon trade, and this was supported by gains in healthcare, property and telecom stocks. However, losses in energy owing to a fall in crude prices and an extended fall in financials, and that was due to a rate hike fear, limited the market's gain. Now, there is a fear in the market that central banks could be forced to raise interest rates earlier than expected to contain rising inflation. Meanwhile, investors cheered easing of COVID-19 restrictions across Victoria as the state is set to hit the 90% double vaccination milestone this weekend. From tonight, there no longer will be density limits in hospitality venues, restrictions of home visits will be removed, and no masks will be required in most settings. By afternoon trade, the ASX 200 index was up by 14.4 points or 0.2% at 7,384.3. Earlier today, the benchmark index opened lower. That's after overnight selling in global commodities was putting pressure on commodity stocks. The negative closing on Wall Street had concerns over interest rate hikes, also dented market sentiment. On the IPO front, Tissue Repair, a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company, made a weak debut on the ASX today, with their share price falling as much as 38% by the mid-session. The company started trading on the ASX after successfully raising $22 million at an offer price of $1.15 a share in its IPO. The company develops advanced wound healing products targeting applications in the chronic wound and cosmetic procedure aftercare markets, with the potential for further development of related technologies. Subject to FDA approval, it's planning to start Phase 3 clinical trials for its chronic wound product in 2022. Moving on to the sectoral front now, 7 of 11 sectors are trading higher. The healthcare sector was the best performer with a 1.5% gain, followed by 1.2% rise in the A-REIT space. Consumer staples, telecom and information technology sectors also traded higher with modest gains. The energy sector was the biggest loser with a 0.9% loss as crude oil prices fell sharply in overnight trade after OPEC and the International Energy Agency warned of impending oversupply. The rise in Europe's COVID-19 cases also threatens to derail the recovery in oil demand. The biggest gainer so far on the ASX is gold miner Evolution Mining, which traded 8.7% higher by mid-session. Some of the other top performers were seed technologies company Nufarm, gold producer Chalice Mining, software business Altium and Kalkine Group, formerly known as Sea-Link Travel Group. On the losing side, mining infrastructure services provider Mineral Resources was the worst performer with a 5% loss. Some of the other notable losers were gambling manufacturer Aristocrat Leisure, iron ore producer Champion Iron and real estate business Unibel Rodamco Westfield, along with coal miner Whitehaven Coal. Well, now it's time for a very short break, but stay tuned on Kalkine TV.
Hi there, James Preston for Kalkine TV. Are you into gaming and virtual reality? Does AI and the endless possibilities it entails capture your interest? Or are you constantly trawling through the web to try and discover the latest updates and innovations in the tech space? Well, let us do the work for you. From the latest product launches to shocking affairs on the World Wide Web, exclusive interviews and information about the top companies like Apple and Google to brand new tech startups vying for your attention. Kalkine's Tech Beat has the latest in what matters in the world of technology. Join me every single Thursday on the Tech Beat, exclusive to Kalkine TV.
Hello, welcome back. Let's move on to stocks that created a buzz on the ASX today. Shares of Sonic Healthcare climbed almost 4% after they released trading update for the 4 months ending in October. The medical diagnostics company reported 16% growth in EBITDA in the first 4 months of the 2022 financial year. Revenue rose 5%. Shares in software company Altium rose almost 3%. That's after they reaffirmed earnings guidance for the 2022 financial year. The company is committed to achieve 16 to 20% growth in revenue and an underlying EBITDA margin of 34 to 36%. Altium chairman Sam Weiss told investors at the company's annual general meeting. Shares of Evolution Mining gained almost 8% following news of an acquisition. The share price hit a 4-month high after the gold miners said it has inked a pact with Swiss giant Glencore to acquire a 100% stake in the Ernest Henry Mining Company. The company would spend $1 billion to buy the world-class Ernest Henry copper gold mine located around 38 km northeast of Cloncurry in Queensland. An Australian intellectual property company, IPH, traded 0.7% higher. That's after updates from their AGM. Managing Director Martin Cole said the company's recorded an increase in patent filings across some of its key regions and said its earnings on a like-for-like basis were up so far for the 2022 financial year compared to the prior period. He said that the first 4 months of trading for financial year 2022 has been in line with expectations, with an increase in group underlying EBITDA compared to the prior corresponding period. Shares of online luxury fashion marketplace Cettire are trading flat. That's after signing a direct brand partnership. The company has inked a pact with international fashion group OTB Spa to directly integrate products from its licensed brand portfolio into Cettire's platform. We'll keep watching Kalkine TV for more trending market updates from Australia and around the world. I'm Rachel, signing off for now.